everyone, welcome back to All About the Melody. This video is yet another NF video. Shocking, I know. This is NF the Search. You guys suggested it, so I figured why not, and yeah, let's get into it. I've listened to it, and certain lines, you'll see when we get there, but certain lines are like, wow, we can spit bars. So, I'm excited. Let's get into it. Question. Why is he in the middle of nowhere dragging a shopping cart? The balloons I understand, but the shopping cart, why? Does it make sense to any of you guys? Because it does not to me.
Hey Nate, how's life? I don't know. It's alright. I've been dealing with some things like every human being and really didn't sleep much last night. I'm sorry. That's fine.
He's holding a conversation, and maybe he's holding a conversation like between his notepad and himself, or himself and himself. It's really weird, but it's really cool. Yeah.
I just think I need a little me time. I just think I need a little free time. Little break from the shows and the bus rides. Yeah. Last year I had a breakdown. Thoughts telling me I'm lost, getting too loud. Had to see a therapist and I found out something funny's going on up in my house. Yeah, started thinking maybe I should move out. You know, pack my car, take a new route, clean up my yard, get the...
A reference to the song Mansion. If you guys haven't watched that one, go check it out. I tried my best. My computer died. But the reference to Mansion was pack my bags and leave my house. So like his house is essentially his mind or brain, whatever you want to call it, same thing. And yeah, it's basically like all the thoughts in his mansion had him have a breakdown. And I'm pretty sure you guys have been there, because I know I've been there. And I'm human and you guys are all human, so I'm pretty sure we share the same emotion situation. I can't grab her, okay? You guys know this.
Noose out, hang up my heart, let it air out. I've been searching, what does that mean, Nate? I've been learning, grabbing my keepsakes, leaving my burdens. Well, I brought a few with me, I'm not perfect. Looking at the view like this concerns me. Picking up the cues, right? I'm quite nervous. Hate it when I lose sight, life gets blurry and things might hurt me. It's probably gonna be a long journey, but it's worth it though.
Okay, so he said, that he's moving on, but he still like carries a few things from his past, which would be the balloons or burdens, whatever you want to call them. And as much as we like try to move on, I feel like we always carry some sort of past with us. But I've got to learn that I have to stop looking in the past and focus more on the future. And in a line he says in his other songs, My Life is the song, he goes, I think that both of us live in the past, so we take for granted the present. Like, I tend to live in the past more than I do in the present, or just like sink myself into music. So that's a lesson I need to learn, to live in the moment instead of live in the past, because living in the past won't get you nowhere.
Cold world out there, kids, grab your coats. Been a minute, I know, now I'm back to Rome. Looking for the antidote to crack the code. Pretty vivid, I admit it, I'm in classic mode. The only pity given to me, but I can't condone. Talking down to me, I'ma have to crack your nose for cracking jokes. I'm looking for the map, the hope, you see that? Been making a whole lot of changes. Wrote a song about that, you should play it. I get scared when I walk on these stages. I look at the crowd and see so many faces. Yeah, that's when I start to get anxious. That's when my thoughts can be dangerous. That's when I put on my makeup and drown in self-hatred. Forget what I'm saying.
Okay, I've never gone to an NF concert, but my parents have, and I did not know that he freaks out before he gets on stage. I think that's what he's trying to say in the song, but it would freak me out too. Like, I freak out when I have to like give a presentation in front of my class, and that's only like what, 15 kids now because of social distance. And I still freak out. So I can't imagine how he feels because he has a huge fan base. Oof.
Where'd the beat go? Oh, ain't that something? Drums came in, you ain't see that coming. Hands on my head, can't tell me nothing. Got a taste of the fame, it upon my stomach. Throw it back up like I don't want it. Wipe my face clean off my vomit. OCD trying to push my buttons. I said don't touch it. Now y'all done it. I can be critical, never typical. Intricate with that.
Wipe off my face, clean off my vomit. That reminds me of an Eminem song. What is the song? Lose Yourself. It's there's vomit on his sweater already, Mom's spaghetti. And that line like connects to this song for that reason, like the whole vomit situation. Like he got nervous and he puked, and when I get nervous, I just like completely shut down and try to run from the situation. I know it's not good, but we're just gonna leave it at that.
Every syllable, I'm a criminal. Intimate but never political, pretty visual. Even if you hate it, I make you feel like you're in it though. You call me what you want, but never call me forgettable. Leave you deep in thought, I can never swim in the kiddie pool. Waited, I've been thinking the cinematic is beautiful. Man, I don't know if I'm making movies or music videos. Yeah, the sales can ride.
See, this is what I was talking about. I can't, like, I understood half of what he was saying. I'm gonna turn this down while I'm at it because it's too loud for my ears. I tend to be, I'm pretty sure he said something about like critical, and I tend to like judge and critique silently sometimes. Sometimes I'll say it out loud, but I need to stop doing that.
I can never swim in the kiddie pool. Waited, I've been thinking the cinematic is beautiful. Man, I don't know if I'm making movies or music videos. Yeah, the sales can ride.
Okay, the line about the kiddie pool is actually funny because I still do that. I'm small, and I don't really know how to swim, so I stay in the kiddie pool.
This doesn't mean much though when your health declines. See, we've all got something that we trapped inside that we try to suffocate, you know, hoping it dies. Try to hold it underwater, but it always survives. And it comes up out of nowhere like an evil surprise. Then it hovers over you to tell you millions of lies. You don't relate to that? Must not be as crazy.
That like little segment about trying to make something that you go through like disappear and then suddenly comes back up. That's what my therapist brought up a couple years ago. We noticed that I had trouble getting over things, like even if I said I got over it, I wasn't really over it. And she said that when that happens, you gotta remind yourself, it's over, it's done, it's not the present no more. But it's a little difficult because, like I said, I focus too much on the past than I do the present. So it's like a constant battle, and when that happens, I tend to just shut myself down, stay in my room, my earbuds in, writing in my notebook, or staying on my phone. Yeah, I've got this thing down, but it's not a good thing. I've just learned how to, like, hold myself back to a point to where I am somewhat progressing and somewhat not progressing in areas I want to progress in. Like, I'll half progress, if that makes sense. I'll progress in, like, I'm learning how to cook right now. I've been cooking with my grandma. I'm progressing in school, but I've also, like, regressed in areas I wish I wouldn't have.
The point I'm making is the mind is a powerful place, and what you feed it can affect you in a powerful way. It's pretty cool, right? Yeah, but it's not always safe. Just hang with me. This will only take a moment, okay? Just think about it for a second. If you look at your face, every day when you get up and think you'll never be great, you'll never be great. Not because you're not, but the hate will always find a way to cut you up and murder your faith. I can develop and take a look at the benefits.
Okay, every morning when you wake up and you say, you'll never be great, you won't. Not because that's true, but because you let yourself, not because, okay, I'm going to rephrase that, I messed up. So when you say you'll never be great, and when you start to believe it, it comes true because you don't let yourself succeed, and you don't let yourself get anywhere because you're constantly thinking, I'm not good at anything. And that's another thing I think people need to start getting over, especially me, because I don't give myself enough credit for the things that I do right, and like I downgrade myself, I guess. That's what my parents tell me, specifically my dad, so.
In the matter with I can never be delicate. My irrelevant, that depends how you measure it. Take a measurement to back it up and give me the evidence. Pretty evident, dependable, can never be tentative. I'm a gentleman, depending on if I think you're genuine. Pretty elegant, but not afraid to tell you to get it. With proper etiquette, I keep it to myself when I celebrate. It's that again. Better grab your balloons and invite your friends. Seat belts back on, yeah, strap them in.
His videos are weird, like they're in the middle of nowhere. I'm pretty sure they use green screen. And he is just rapping, which is very weird compared to other artists where they're like actually pay actors to do the video with them. So, yeah. And like, I couldn't really critique that because it was just a whole bunch of lines. So I paused it and commented on the video. Hope that does something. I feel like NF stuff we can all relate to, and maybe that's a good thing because we know we're not alone, but maybe that's the screwed up part of life, is everyone goes through something terrible or bad or whatever you want to call it, something they have to learn from. But it's okay because the things we do go through hard times with, we learn from them. Hopefully we learn from them, and hopefully you apply it in a way you could learn from and do better later in life.
Look at me, everybody, I'm smiling big. On a road right now that I can't predict. Tell me tone that down, but I can't resist. Y'all know that sound, better raise your fist. The search begins, I'm back, so enjoy the trip.
On a road right now that I can't predict, like, for me, that's just like growing up. You're on a road, you're like, I have a plan. I've planned out like the whole college situation since last year, and I was in middle school last year, so it's kind of weird. I focus more on the future and the past than I do the present, which is a little weird, but focusing on the future means that I have a good idea of what's going to happen. But it happens really weird. Like, I thought I was going to be a music producer, and I'm not really sure if I'm going to stick with that. And I thought of college, and I'm not sure I'm going to stick with that. Like, it all changes, and it's all unpredictable. That's what I'm trying to say. The road you're on won't be the same one that you go to later. I can't talk.
Look at me, everybody, I'm smiling big. On a road right now that I can't predict. Tell me tone that down, but I can't resist. Y'all know that sound, better raise your fist. The search begins, I'm back, so enjoy the trip.
The search begins. So for that, again, with like finding who you are, you're gonna search your whole life, and you won't ever be the same as you were the day before because things happen and your style changes and you change and all that. So the search is a constant search because you're still growing, you're still evolving as a person, and you will always evolve. No matter how much you think you'll stay the same, you will evolve. Whether it's your music taste or what you like to eat or any of that, yeah. Okay, so he's just basically wheeling the cart around the dirt, and I don't really know if I'm going to have anything to say on that. So, I'm going to cut the video here. Don't hate on me for doing that. I really liked NF stuff, and I hope you guys do too. There'll be more of it this week out. More songs that I have only heard a couple times, but I figured why not react to them. So, the ones you should be looking for are Hate Myself and Pay My Dues. So I'll see you guys then. Bye. Don't jump. Don't jump. And I jumped. I told myself not to jump, and I still jumped.